What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, and this we're going to go ahead and stream the new event. So hope you guys enjoy, of course. If you do, make sure you consider subscribing, of course, for more content here on the channel. It's going to be a really quick stream because really all I'm trying to do is run through the gems that I have accumulated thus far. But nonetheless, if you guys have pulled on this box, let me know how that has went for you guys, and if you guys have had any good luck, etc, etc. And if there's anything in particular that you are hoping to get, I'm going to go ahead and just right now just wish you guys good luck in terms of your pulls as well. So we are also streaming over on my Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links channel / Yu-Gi-Oh! Channels, where I do all my Yu-Gi-Oh! Centric content. So what's up, man? Looks like Twitch might be the only chat that's hooked up, unfortunately, but don't worry, I can still see the YouTube chat. Anyways, looks like we are going to go ahead and jump in. So yes, I do notice there's also the new My event here. And I'm going to actually kind of try to get the grasp on these units as well. Or not units, excuse me, too much other games. But just the grasp on these cards. Simply because I haven't actually read through most of what's here. I know that the spellbook stuff is supposed to be really good. I know there are some really solid archetypes that were introduced in this box. But I haven't actually taken the time to actually go ahead and read it. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Hope you guys enjoy, of course. So very first one. Visions of Ice, the new mini box. Alrighty. So first and foremost, the two URs that we have are the Tricky and we have White Knight Dragon. So White Knight Dragon, it's a dragon monster, which is pretty awesome. The name implies dragon as well, so don't at me about that. Level 8 as well. During either player's turn, when a spell / trap card that targets this card is activated, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. When another face-up monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can send one spell or trap card you control to the graveyard, change the attack target to this card. Okay, that's pretty solid. And there's also a nice handful of ways to get him out there and relatively quickly in the game. So that's pretty cool. I like it. And the Tricky, I've always enjoyed the Tricky because I just think he got a really cool design, but I also think he's a really cool card. The ability to discard a card and then just special summon him from your hand is pretty awesome. 2K monster out there, pretty fast. So we have that. And we have Blizzard Princess, another card I'm going to hope to get. And I want Mage Power. Mage Power has an innate cap that's a bit like, 1,000 lower than it would be in the actual TCG. So it's still a good card, but not as good technically. Spellbook of Life, like I said, the spellbook stuff is what you would mainly want. Fortunately, though, some of the better spellbook stuff didn't make its way in from the actual TCG into the game. And Treacherous Trap Hole. This will be actually a really interesting card to see. I haven't, gone up against anybody using it, but in theory, this could be a really ridiculous card to play against. So basically, its text says, if you have no trap cards in your graveyard, target 2 monsters on the field and destroy those targets. So Treacherous Trap Hole is ridiculous. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump into some pulls here. And we are also live, like I said, on Twitch if you guys want to check that out from Yu-Gi-Oh! From the Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. What's up? What's up, Jeevan? What's up, Ignorant Vegeta 7675? You need to take that off, bro. You need to take that off. Knock it off. There's no more 7675. It's the first time I'm ever able to catch you live. Hey, well, thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. Hopefully soon in the future you'll be able to catch more of them. How's it going? I'm pretty good. It's D-free. I'm working on finishing spellbooks. Got about half done and ran out of gems. Oh, man. I know the pain, bro. I know the pain. I sometimes spend a lot of time trying to build specific decks. Have you ever used Sylvans? I have not. But I've heard that they're pretty brain dead and really good. Ciao. Oh, well, thanks for coming in for a sec. Is that a bye chow or a hi chow? I don't know. What's up, man? Tricky spell number 4. Send one face up the Tricky you control to the graveyard to special summon Tricky tokens. Level 5, 2000 attack. Basically the exact same stats as well. In defense position equal to the number of monsters your opponent controls. That could be pretty sneaky good. I actually like that. That's a pretty sneaky good card. It's dependent on the opponent, so it's not great, but it's a sneaky good card. Cam, Serenity of Gusto. Once per turn, you can shuffle 2 Gusto monsters from your graveyard into the main deck and draw 1 card. And then Gemini Elf, continuing the trend of 1900 beaters now being low rarity cards. Spellbook of the Master. If you control a spellbook type monster, Spellcaster, excuse me, type monster. You can reveal one other spellbook card in your hand, then target one spellbook normal spell card in your graveyard, except Spellbook of the Master, which would be this card. This card's effect becomes that target's effect. Ooh, you can only use one per turn. That's actually really awesome. That's awesome. Chain Dispel. When a spell or trap card is activated, destroy all cards in your opponent's deck with the same name as the activated card. So kind of like Chain Destruction, I guess. Pretty cool. So are the Sylvans basically pre-nerf Cyber? They're basically, from what I've heard, basically the equivalent to what Cyber Angels were at this point. So yeah. Spellbook Library of the Heliosphere. If you have 5 or more spellbook spell cards in your graveyard, excavate the top 2 cards of the deck. Add any excavated spellbook spell cards to your hand. Also shuffle the other cards into the deck. Okay. You can only activate 1 per turn. You cannot activate any spell cards the turn you activate this card except spellbook spell cards. See, when we get more spellbook stuff like this is going to be busted. Like, seriously. When we get more... Oh, that was a triple spellbook pack there. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, when we get more, and again, the better stuff, it's going to be pretty busted. Banish one spellcaster type monster from your graveyard and reveal one other spellbook spell card in your hand to target one spellcaster type monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in face-up attack position and equip it with this card. Okay. The equipped monster's level is increased by the level of monsters that was banished for this card's activation. You can only activate 1 spellbook of life per turn. Banish 1 from the graveyard and reveal a spell card in your hand to target one spellcaster monster in your graveyard and special summon that target in face-up attack position and equip it with this card. And also the level is increased. Now, for cards that want to have level manipulation or later mechanics such as, like, you know, other summonable mechanics in the game, that's really busted, to be honest. But this is kind of like a premature burial, isn't it? Like, it's like just whatever you want, just pull it back. Now, of course, it's more restricted. You don't have to pay the life point cost, but instead you have to show a card, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because of the way that these cards like to work. But also at the same time, you have to pull back a spellcaster monster. But still, man, that's pretty awesome. That's really good. I enjoy that. That's freaking awesome. There's a lot of good spellcaster monsters as well. So I didn't get anything in this mini box. Hopefully next time you pull, or in the next box you pull from, man, you'll have better luck and things will work out, bro. Hopefully so. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. I dueled someone using a spellbook deck. Their turns took forever. Yeah, it's because they were trying to stall you. I'm good, man. Hope you're good as well. Thank you for the good luck. Contact with Gusto or Contract. Soldier Dragons. What? I've never seen this card. When your opponent activates a card or effect, a quick effect, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower dragon monster from your deck. Wait, is Kid Moto a level 2 dragon? I feel like he is. If he is, that's pretty awesome. But, of course, it requires your opponent to activate a quick effect, which good luck with that. And oof! See, on a normal box, I'd be pretty confident that I would get something out of this. But since it's not a normal box, and it looks like we're going to get the freaking shaft. Ree's Whirlwind of Gusto. Gusto. Condor, or Kodor, I guess. And we're going to read those cards later. I don't feel like reading those bird boys. Them bird boys! Them wind monsters. Wheel of Prophecy. Ice Master. Are you going to build spellbooks? Probably not. Not right now, anyway. I'm still kind of working on a few things. So, probably not at this exact moment. I still can't wait for the Synchro meta. Yeah, that's one of the things I was kind of talking about, but yeah. Synchro is going to be pretty awesome, to be honest. I really enjoyed Synchro. That's probably my favorite, you know, summon mechanic. All right, so we're going to get at least an SR here, which is cool. Musto, Oracle of Gusto. Oh, this guy's name is a rhyme. Tribute Burial. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn. That's okay, cool. Just off the bat, you can't special summon anymore. Once during this turn, you can conduct a tribute summon that requires 2 tributes by banishing 1 monster from each graveyard instead of tributing. It is still treated as a... Oh, okay. Okay. I like it. I don't want to get into the mode of calling everything good, but I can see where certain cards can be really good. Now, me just saying a card is good doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be used in every top-tier version of a deck. But, like, this card isn't bad. It's not bad. First thing that came to mind was, like, you know, a deck like Dark Magician. Although there are other ways to pop out normal monsters specifically, like Ancient Rules, for example. And, of course, there are better 2 tribute monsters. But, nonetheless, this isn't bad. Especially because you're taking things out of the graveyard. Unless you're playing against somebody that wants banished stuff, you know, that's not a bad thing. So, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's jump back in. Next 10 packs. Next 10 packs, boy. Kind of reminds me of Bamboo. Yep. Do you think they are going to add normal format or make more OTK decks to balance the meta? You mean like the 5 card slot? Is that what you mean? I don't think they'll ever do that. I wish they would, but I don't think they would do it. I think it's kind of too late. So yeah, I think they're just gonna add more good decks. I think XYZ summons would be really cool. That would be pretty cool too. Does Ojama Stall work well against Mai? I have honestly not even tried to duel this Mai. If she has a different deck or plays differently from the last time she was here, because all they're doing at this point is running events, apparently, then it worked last time, I believe, pretty well. Spellbook of Eternity. Target one of your banished spellbook spell cards, except Spellbook of Eternity. Add that target to your hand. You can only activate 1 per turn. That's pretty cool. Returning card. And then Soldier Dragon. Oh, we got a BAM. On a normal box, I'd be pretty confident this was a UR. I already know it's not because there's no spell UR. And it's Mage Power. Okay, I'll take it. Alrighty. Stardust is going to be busted. Yeah, it takes exactly 4,000 gems to get everything. Yep, which is about what I started off with. So hopefully I can. I was just about to say, to be honest, that hopefully I can reset the box a little bit sooner. Spellbook of Power. Target one spellcaster type monster you control until the end phase. It gains 1,000 attack. Also, until the end phase, each time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add 1 spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand. Ooh, okay, deck thinning. Okay, all right, I feel it. I feel it. Have you ever used an XYZ deck? Yeah, I have. Both of the kinds. In IRL, using XYZ as a summon mechanic. Also, using the actual XYZ, the cards. So I didn't know which one you were talking about, but in both ways, yeah. If you have no spellbook spell cards in your graveyard, reveal 3 spellbook spell cards with different names from your deck. Your opponent randomly adds one of them to your hand. Shuffle the rest back into the deck. You can only activate 1 spellbook library of Crescent per turn. They're very heavy on limiting your ability to use a lot of this stuff more than once per turn. They're very, very, you know, heavy on making sure you don't get too heavy of a card advantage. Heavy, heavy, heavy is what I just said. You cannot activate any spell cards the turn you activate this card except for spellbook spell cards. Okay, well, that one's not too bad, but they are very, very, you know, good at limiting, apparently, your ability to use a lot of this stuff. Change the spell. Charioteer of Prophecy. Once per turn, you can discard 1 spellbook spell card to target 1 spellcaster type monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Okay. I can see where this deck will be really good, because that's the main thing that's in this box from what I've seen. I mean, we got the Gusto monsters, we have some ice monsters and stuff, but yeah. We got that rainbow, and again, here we are with another spell. So, is it Mage Power or the Spellbook one? Spellbook of Secrets. Add 1 spellbook from your deck to your hand, except Spellbook of Secrets. You can only activate 1 per turn. Okay. Alrighty. Orido. What's up? I still can't wait for the synchro meta. I wonder if the side panels and trap zones would be used for Pendulum. That'd be interesting. That could be actually really interesting. What's up, man? That could be really interesting. I don't know. If they had 5 card slots, I would play this game a lot more. Yeah, see, the thing is, if they were to implement it that way, that would totally change this game, what it was made for fundamentally. It was meant to be like a pocket Yu-Gi-Oh, not something you took like super seriously, but they've themselves taken it a bit too seriously, I'm guessing. Which is why it's kind of like that thing where it's like, yeah, a lot of people really want that. Now it's like, you know, expanding it and stuff. A lot of people were turned off from it in the first place, where they were like, yeah, I don't want to play without the 5. I got used to it. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But I just kind of felt like they wanted the games to last. You know, obviously, it's obvious, right? I mean, the deck size, the life points that you start off with, the board size, and all that. The games are supposed to last no longer than like 10 minutes, you know? With, you know, 5 slots and, you know, probably 8,000 life points and, you know, normal format. the games could last up to 30 minutes plus, you know? So that's kind of why I think they were apprehensive about it at first, and they still are at this point. So unfortunately, I don't see them ever doing that. You think they're going to put Obelisk in the game? Yeah, they're going to. I think that's a foregone conclusion. They added the other 2 Egyptian gods, so they'll definitely put Obelisk in at some point. By the way, guys, we're going to go until I am out of gems, so that's about it. Spellbook of the Masters, Wheel of Prophecy, and Library of the Crescents. Then we got the Gustos again. I'm going to have to check those out later. I'm sure they're pretty solid. Oh, man, these ones with their, you know, less cards are never really good for me. Oh, bam. Oh, snap. Effect monster. All right, there's actually a solid chance. What is there, a 1 in 5 chance that this is, no. There's a 2 in 5 chance. Okay. Yay, we got one. White Knight Dragon. All right, during either player's turn, when a spell or trap card that targets this card is activated, negate it. And if you do, destroy it. When another face-up monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can send 1 spell or trap card you control to the graveyard, and then change the attack target to this card. So you get to negate cards and then say, oh yeah, well, you're going to attack me instead, which in most cases, if they were trying to attack somebody else, could probably mean they're going to lose their monster. Of course, they can play around it, you know, super rush and things like that. That should be able to be used. But still, nonetheless, pretty solid. Definitely not the best UR card or box header card, but still pretty cool. I actually think Tricky has more usability just because he can be splashed into whatever deck, to be honest. But otherwise, it's cool to own him. Gemini Elf, pretty cool that they also put that monster in this deck, considering that all these spellbook cards really want to be used with spellcaster monsters. So the more good spellcasters we have, the better, of course. And of course, we also picked up the vanilla 1900, so it helps. I'm going to have to take a look at it. What's up? XYZ summoning so I can justify using my wallet to get 3 copies of Bushin Yamato. Oh, boy. What's up? Yes, I'm your papa. I'm your daddy. I'm dad. Mage Power is not that good. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Mage Power is a cool card. It's good to have viability-wise, but the issue is Mage Power is one of those cards that gets heavily hindered by the game's play format because it literally can only be capped out 1,000 points lower or so because you're missing those extra spots, and it's not even like super good in the TCG anyway. So it's like, you know, it's a cool card to have. It's not like great, but it's nice. It's a nice option. But yes. And yeah, it seems like a waste in this format. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, it just kind of, you know, it's almost like one of those cards that's not really meant to be here. You know, it's just not meant for the game. Like, tell me when Scapegoat's going to get added into the game. We got Stray Lambs, but where's Scapegoat? Let me know. I was like, oh yeah, well, we can't technically bring out that 4th token, so Pendulum would be weird. Yes, it would. There's another Yu-Gi-Oh that has 5 slots, but it's more pay to win and the connections are bad. Yeah. It's called Duelist Generation, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really care for it. I tried it. There was also Yu-Gi-Oh Bam, which was totally different. I tried that too and didn't enjoy that whatsoever. I played both of those before Duel Links came out, and I actually really enjoyed Duel Links for what it was. Which is why I said, like, I don't think they really care about changing it just because it was designed to be the way it is. But they, somewhere along the way, were like, oh yeah, the game can be like super pay to win if we want it to be, you know, and that's what they're kind of turned it into recently, which is unfortunate. And it also, they've done the thing that a lot of games get into, which it's unfortunate. It seems like all these games get into this issue where it's like, oh yeah, power creep. So they can't really manage it because they have to, apparently it's really hard to find a way to raise the stakes and make cards more appealing. In this case, cards, but, you know, units in other games. Apparently, it's really hard to make them more appealing without, you know, changing their core. Like in Dokkan, for example, upping the damage scale, you know, things of that nature. Or adding little gimmicks and stuff into them that make them better than everything else to where people would have incentive to pull. So a lot of these games get caught in that trap where it's like, oh, yeah, well, we just made something super busted or super broken in comparison to everything else. And that's one of the things that has happened to this game heavily. It's like, oh, it's meta deck after meta deck after meta deck after meta deck. Now we got these decks running around like Sylvans and Masked Heroes, and it's like, oh, yeah, well, good luck winning. All right, we got Tricky there. We got Tricky. He's a tricky SOB, ain't he? We got the Tricky, yeah! I would love Speedroid to come to the game. One day, man. One day. One day, man. One day. Maybe not, but maybe one day. Another Gusto card, or Gusto. I feel like it's Gusto in this case, but Gusto is a word technically, so yeah. I'm just going to keep saying it either way. Don't at me about it. Don't at me about it. Okay. Cool. And we're going to get Tricky. Is that you? Hey, it is a Tricky. Cool. We got a Tricky. Awesome. Gonna get double SRs. It's pretty nice. Spellbook of the Secrets. Yes. Wait a minute. What the heck? Oh, my box must be set to reset itself. That would make sense. I didn't even consider that. That would make sense that it reset itself. Unless there's 2 copies of these cards in these boxes, because I just got 2 Trickies there. I just got 2 of them. Oh, there must be 2 copies. Yeah, there's 2. Unless my box I don't even know at this point. What am I? When there are no ultra rares in the box. Oh, it did reset. Once I pulled that other Tricky, it reset instantly. That's interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump back in. What's up? Why did you at me? Don't at me. I told you can't at me. Don't at me. They should work on synergy, optimize what is already broken, I guess. Yeah, that's all they really can do at this point. But they're gonna keep on putting out more broken stuff because it's just they've also like along the way they decided they wanted to put out more boxes more consistently. Now we have a box every 2 weeks, a mini box then a main box, mini box then main box, mini box then main box. Way back in the day, you know, a few months into the game there was only 2 or 3 boxes, you know, and they didn't really care about it. But they sped up the box production, and with that, the cards got better and faster in a hurry. And that's just kind of what happened. Still looking for some more stuffs. Still looking for some more stuffs. Some more good stuffs. Prophecy Destroyer. Guy looks like a monster, bro. He literally looks like a monster. Konami, you already forgot about Ubel after that one cutscene where they teased her showing up and nothing happened. Yeah. Well, since then, they've rerun like maybe 8 events. They're doing it again. Since then, they reran Jesse's event like twice. So, well, I guess the initial one doesn't count, but you get my point. So yeah, I don't know if they forgot, but they definitely find it easier to just put the same stuff out over and over again, which isn't that bad, you know, because, I mean, for new players, maybe it's not that bad or whatever, but, like, for veterans that have grinded already, I'm not even going to bother, like, with most of it, and I don't. Like, I want to play the Battle City event, but I just kind of don't feel like going through that again. Anyways, hopefully this is the White Dragon, right? Hopefully. We got a BAM, we got Hieroglyphs, we got an Effect Monster. There we go, White Knight Dragon. So that just reset my box, too. Alright, I should probably turn that off, because I actually want more copies of the SRs now. I really could care less about more URs at this point. So I think I'm going to have to turn that off. What's up? What's up? What's up? I want Mr. Volcano, excuse me. Dun dun dun. Yes, every 2 weeks now at this point. Maya uses Swift Birdman Joe, so be on the lookout. She was using that last time, I think. I think she used that last time when she came out. But yeah, I'll take a look at it. I don't even know if I even want to. Oof. See, come on now. Oh, we got double URs there. Oh, the D-Free luck is here in this one. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to bother with Mai, to be honest. I don't have the patience. Oof. Hello? Oh, I was about to say if that's the White Dragon again. Oh my gosh, man. Are we getting Cyrus as an actual character? I believe it said, yeah, you can get a new legendary duelist. I don't know who it was talking about. I'll have to go check. But if it's not him, then eventually, yeah, in the future. You should get everybody eventually. When your opponent special summons a monster, this is the first time I pulled this one. Except during the damage type, you can discard 1 card, special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. There can only be 1 Dragon Ice on the field. Okay, I can see it. I can see that. I mean, that's cool, like, in relation to some of the decks that we've seen pop up and the way that they just kind of pop out as fusion monsters. So I guess that's cool in that regard. But look at that WR. I think that's 2 in a row where I got WR. Now this is tricky because as soon as I pull that dragon, it's going to reset my box. So I'm actually going to turn that off for this last 10 pull. I kind of don't feel like I'll get him in the last 10 pull anyway, but I do want to get some of those SRs. So can you not? All right, let's jump in again. It's tricky, tricky, tricky. The Cyrus event has Zane as a roaming duelist with no drops again. Seriously? Why do they keep putting Zane in these events and not having him do any drops? What's the point? I mean, I understand what the point is as far as like he increases. I believe in the previous event, the Jesse event, he like gave you more points or whatever. That's BS still. I don't care. You're going to go through the hassle of fighting him. You might as well get at least some sort of drop. But they're only doing that so they can have a reason to rerun Zane's event, you know, with actual drops in it. That's the only reason why they're doing that, to where they're limiting it. Oh, man. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you do leave a like as well for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. Anyways. Gotta love that delay on Twitch. Oh, that no delay on Twitch. Oh, yeah. Twitch is pretty clean. It's not that bad on YouTube, though, but Twitch is pretty clean. Why don't you tweet that you go live? I do sometimes. Most of the time. Sometimes. Most of the time. In all seriousness, I forgot this time. Sometimes I just forget, so... did you ever get that Lin on Fire Emblem? Come on, bro. Don't ask me about this. Now is not the time. I don't have the patience for that. Not the patience. I don't have the mental fortitude to deal with that. You know, it's funny that I'm still getting new cards because the boxes were just resetting themselves. So I should have turned that off. But yeah, no Lin yet. Hopefully soon. So maybe soon I'll come back with some summons over on Twitch. You contribute summon this card in face-up attack position by attributing 1 spellcaster type monster. In face-up attack position by attributing 1... Oh, you contribute summon. Okay, I gotcha. By attributing 1, and she's also a double tribute monster naturally, so you're saving a monster there. After this card is normal summoned, your opponent cannot activate spell or traps for the rest of that turn. She seems like part of like an OTK play. Seems like she wants to be an OTK card. I mean, 2,800 is actually pretty freaking sizable to have to deal with, especially for 1 tribute. Yeah, she seems like she wants to be an OTK card. I'm sure there's something out there for that card. She's not bad. I'm sure there's a combo. Oh, I was supposed to read that spellbook card. I was supposed to read that. All right, Koribo. They haven't done the Obelisk, the Tormentor event. Have they yet? I need to. No, they have not yet. They've not dropped Obelisk. Soon though. What are the chances we get Obelisk with Yugi's skill? Honestly, I don't know at this point. Konami's become hard to predict, impossible to predict, in fact. So I really couldn't tell you. All right, so final 7 packs. The final 7 packs. Alrighty. Are you gonna play Smash Tap? Nah, I'm not. I kind of was looking at it. I'm not super interested in it. I mean, I was thinking about playing the game when it first came out, but nah, it's not my thing, man. I have too many games already on my plate. I'm trying to play Jumputi Heroes, Jumputi. I don't know, man. Jumputi Heroes or whatever it's called. And I need to learn it and get into it. So maybe soon I'm gonna stream that game. It's been out for about a month, but otherwise I can't. And especially another Japanese game, which Jumputi Heroes is. It's really hard to get into Japanese games, like, you know, and learn the games and do the translations and stuff. Like, it's easier when you know the game because there's a global version a la Dokkan, because I played global for a long time before I played JP at all. And I don't really have an issue with looking up translations once and just remembering it for the most part. Although I look up translations quite a bit these days to make sure that I'm accurate when I tell you guys stuff in my videos. Otherwise, you know, it's just kind of how things are. So when it comes to Smash Tap, since it looks like there's not going to be a localization, then probably not, to be honest. Oh, man, I'm new. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. You missed all the good pulls, though. We had some incredible pulls, but I think that you're here, man. I thank you for being here, to be more specific. And why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe. Prophecy Destroyer. Fool of Prophecy. Ice Master. Jump Booty Heroes. No, I didn't mean it like that. It's Jump UT. Jump Pooty. Jump Pooty. Jump UTI Heroes. Yeah, Jump Booty. I think it's a Shonen Jump anniversary game. Like, there's also a new Kakashi that's about to come out. So it's like, bro, seriously, I need that Kakashi in my life, you know? So, maybe soon. I also wanted to get back into Blazing. It's a postable for Madara, but some stuff didn't work out, so hopefully soon. Otherwise, yeah, that's about it. Jump Booty. I did. Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. The Shiny Primal Groudon Master. Okay, but that's about it, guys. We've gone through all the pulls that we had. White Knight Dragon. It's a White Knight in Dragon form. Yes, it is. Do you play Opera Omnia still? Honestly, I haven't in the last like couple of weeks, and it's kind of unfortunate because that was one of my favorite games. I just kind of like, it kind of got like way repetitive because it was just kind of like the same thing, and I don't know. I know that all these games are kind of the same thing. Really, it's just I can really, you know, keep up with it, and I want to get back into it, so hopefully soon. But I kind of haven't played in the last like two and a half weeks. Blizzard Princess is a nice card. Yeah, it looks like a really good one. The JP version is so free-to-play friendly. I wonder how they make money. LOL. I've already pulled 6 different 70 CP weapons. Yeah, well, that game just in general is really nice for free-to-play, Opera Omnia. So it's a good game, to be honest. I just kind of was like, eh. So will you be making Gustos? Maybe. The booty! What's your gaming ID number? I don't know right now. I'd have to pull that up, but I'm already kind of like out of the game, to be honest. So anyways, you guys see it, but I'm not in it anymore. But I was going to say, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Subscribe if you are new, of course. Make sure you leave a like over on the YouTube video. We were also live on Twitch for this stream and will be in the future. So if you want to check out Twitch, link is down below in the description. Go ahead and hit your boy with the follow over on Twitch or a sub if you would like to do that. Consistent 60 viewers over on Simply D, the YouTube channel. So that means a lot to me, especially when it's over on this YouTube channel as opposed to my Dragon Ball one. So it's a lot of fun. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Have an awesome day and take it easy.